Ready, boys? We got our Jordans on. Ready, set, go. We going. We going.
The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here.
Alright. So you have to stay in the light. That's up. I don't think we can go that way. I think we have to go that way. That's, I believe, where we came from, so it's this way. Alright, we gotta get that head start. Gotta go fast!
Don't be fooled. The beast is still here. No. It's a trick.
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. It's so loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
I just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away. And he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now.
They always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm already dead.
No,
They
please.
want me with them.
Stop.
That's why they crawl through the walls.
Don't
Do you
listen to them.
see them?
Do you see their faces? He's coming. Senua, help me. Help, get me out of here. Don't go.
Where has she gone? She's disappeared again.
She shouldn't be here. She escaped the darkness. She took her own life to escape it.
She can't remember when it started. When her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she
Okay.
can't see.
So,
This is what happens
I'm
if
going to
you reach for the
explain...
underworld,
Oh, I'll let it talk
he
first.
said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear.
Trying to light all the
I
areas.
don't talk much about her father. Zinbel.
Okay, so
Suppose I just didn't
here is the
want to
first common
listen.
spot to cause the game to break.
Doesn't matter now.
I broke it here. This is where we broke the game last time. And I'll explain exactly. Hold on, I need to light these first though.
She's lighting the torch. It's not gonna
Because the torch is going to go away in a second.
fight. Send.
There it is.
Can't do it. He's a better fighter.
Oh damn, that guy attacked me before I could even really see him. Damn. Didn't know which one I wanted to hit.
Watch out. Take him down. Focus now.
Okay. So,
You can't go anywhere without your light. Take the torch and move.
okay. So, what happened with my game is there's a gate right here. It's gone right now because we just killed the enemies. But if you do not like get this right now and it auto saves, what happens is it causes an irreparable game state where the gate gets closed off even though you've killed the enemies. and it repairs itself, and the gate's there. Like, it'll be permanently locked out. Now that's what caused me to redo this entire game, was this, because I killed the enemies and I didn't know that you couldn't come back to this room, and you just rip. There's another one that, this is the one that Jim Sterling, which is he's actually pretty big on YouTube. I don't know if he has a Twitch, but anyways, he's a game reviewer. He gave the game a 1 out of 10 because he couldn't beat the game because he got stuck, and like it's kind of the game's fault for like bad mechanics. So we'll do this one right now. Actually, I think I should do this one second. Actually, I think I go from this one to the next one, but I want to light as many areas as I possibly can. I think is there not one more area that I can light? I thought it was like right around here. Anyways, going upstairs, I don't think does anything. But yeah, we go down here.
She'll have to go under.
I think she could have put the torch like in between, like in one of the cracks on the, like the left side, or she could use one hand, hold it up, go under, grab it with the other.
Run! Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is
All right, so we can't stay in the dark for too long. Because you can get an auto. This is the worst part. You can get an autosave in between running, apparently, and you just die to the boss over and over because it just auto loads you into the boss, die and get wrecked. 1 out of 10 IGN couldn't. No, it wasn't IGN. It was another YouTuber. I think he has a lot of subs too, but like he gave it a 1 out of 10 because of that. Like it is pretty game breaking. And then he deleted the video. But I don't know if he like and then apparently he re-uploaded it. I don't know if he has since deleted it. But like I feel his frustration, dude. I had to redo 6 hours of work, so. There's another light. Okay, here it is. Because I need the light for the reflection. So what's crazy is it's like a P sign, but you use the reflection. Well, my game would. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, now the reflection should be. There we go. So use a reflection off the water for that one.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl.
Okay.
Imprisoned in
Actually, I don't know if we can go here.
the faces in the dark.
For like a rune.
Walls.
Okay, it looks like there's straight up nothing. Okay.
She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters.
This game does a good job of making you hate autosaves.
By the time she realized that
I just think that you should have like a reload from like past chapter.
could see the monster.
I don't think that like it's releasing. People are like, this game's incomplete. There was a lot of people saying that because they had the same problem. It's pretty game breaking, I'll be honest, but at the same time, like it could be easily prevented if they're like, go back one chapter, like that was an option in the game. Because I think that that's fair. Like it's, I mean, you're still going backwards, but I guess it ruins the idea of like you can never save. You get wrecked. You get wrecked forever, Kappa. You know, but if you drop the torch. Oh, that's this area. Okay, so we just got an autosave. I just wanted to hit that autosave right now before we go into the next one. The next one shouldn't have any monsters, but in the off chance that I ding-dong something, I'd rather have it. So now we're back at this spot over here, and this one's actually the easiest one. You actually go like on a ledge to like a high ground. I just don't remember exactly which one it is. One's locked. Alright. We'll find it. It might take me like a minute or two, because I don't remember this one. But it's definitely not that way, I'll tell you that. You know, I think it's on the stairs, and instead of going down, we go up. Okay, that one is the one we've already gotten. I think it's one to my left. And I don't think you can open up this, because this one is chained. Yeah, okay. This game will send your save to the Shadow Realm. Definitely, man. It is rip. Here we go. This is actually the easiest one to get of the...
The dragon Fafnir is so large and deadly that it would be impossible to kill him face to face. But each day, Fafnir crawls across the heath to find water. So Sigurd digs a pit in the dragon's path and lies in wait in it. When Fafnir slithers overhead, Sigurd sinks his sword into the dragon up to the hilt. Sigurd leaps from the pit, and Fafnir sees his killer. He warns Sigurd that the treasure will lead to his death, as it led to the
torch is
death.
going out. No, it's not. It's going out soon. She hasn't got much time. It's going to burn out. She's too slow. It's not going to burn out. The darkness will come again. Light. Save later.
So hard to see. I don't know if you can light that torch up there. I'll open up this first, though. Alright, and we going back in. Oh, it's right there.
There it is. You have all the rooms.
We got all of it, boys. Nice. Now,
The beast is crawling into your
I have no idea what we're doing, which is good, because it's like new content for me. Wait, if I knew how to get back to the lobby.
your mother. And use her to track you from here.
Did you see her die? I don't remember. I was only 5. They told me she escaped the darkness. That she's with the gods. But what if they lied? What if the darkness took her and trapped her here?
Go through the door for the door is open. Stop it. You have to go through. She'd get her mother out. Our mother doesn't.
Her mother doesn't exist? Wait, what?
It's a trap. The beast is coming. Stupid little thing.
Oh, snap. Gotta go fast! Oh, now she can jump.
What have you done?
Oh, rip, dude.
You've lost it. It's over. Without his head, you will never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed. Now it can see you at your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father seemed no one pined for Dillion. Do you remember that darkness, Senua? The beast is bringing it back.
Mother, why did you leave me? This darkness, it's spreading. Father's keeping me away from the others. Away from Dillion. I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Dewey.
But yeah, I believe that's her lover's head. I'm not sure if at any point it like specifically says, but I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if she's trying to bring him back from the dead or sacrifice herself so he can live. I think that's kind of something related to it. I mean, the name of the game is SENUA'S Sacrifice, so I don't know what else she can sacrifice other than a life that's like they would use it in the game. Unless she's like, I'm gonna sacrifice my mirror. It's like, well, that's not even that good. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing you really sacrifice they would give someone the feels, I think, is the person's like life.
The beast is down there. No. She knows the beast is there.
He's always watching you. He's never safe from him.
You can feel him. She needs to find it. She needs to find it. She lost it and she has to find it. I can feel it.
I feel like if I walk too close. Okay.
Your eyes up. You're never gonna find it.
Ooh. With the ghost enemies, you have to build up your rage, their devil trigger, in order to do damage to them. It's kind of like on Devil May Cry, some weapons can only, some enemies can only take damage from a certain weapon. They're also harder to see when they're like close. Okay. Pick up that torch again. It can be inferred. Okay, I gotcha. Well, because like the she'll like talk to it or like look at it or something, and then like the some other guy will say like, you can't save him, and you know, that kind of stuff. Like he's already dead. They're looking for an R. Not up here? Oh, okay. I don't think it's in this room, in fact. Oh, somewhere around here, we're looking for a R. Could be reflections. Usually they don't make it so like it's like super out of the way as far as looking up. I don't know if it's like going to the top. But if any of you guys see it, feel free to backseat game. I really don't mind it. I want to get this puzzle solved. Move over here. Hopefully it won't put it out. Okay. I just thought that the water right there was supposed to put it out. Sometimes I feel like you have to go like super high up for certain things. You know what I should look for though is somewhere to put this torch. Like light another like source of light. feel like a ding dong on these puzzles sometimes, but like sometimes it's like, wow, I didn't expect that. Because you just don't see the pattern. There's no path up there, right? I doubt it's in here, but... Oh, I was right. You have to go to the top somewhere. Or maybe this is going to light something else. I'm guessing it creates light. Alright. Well, we created light over here. Let's see if we can go to the... No, the other side is not going to have light. But I think now that we've activated it by the little writings... Oh, yeah, I understand that that's how it works. But, like, we had to activate that. Now it's probably activated. So, what creates that? Like, what did that add to the lighting? Because I still don't see what the heck it created. But they wouldn't have put that for no reason. Oh. Okay. Well, you know, I didn't expect that, but we got it. A little bit slower than I wanted to do it, but overall, like, not too bad. Oh, us. Well, there's... Well, I guess we're doing it, boys.
Her father tried to help her, but she wouldn't listen. He was doing his best. She never...
You got a save point?
Didn't she listen to him? Trying to help her.
He was trying to save her from the darkness.
Zinbel was right. Zinbel was trying to save her from the darkness.
I like to use the keyboard for this part.
But she wouldn't listen. Never choose.
And now
Wow. It makes things so much easier.
All
Alright.
weak. She should have known.
Oh, extra crispy.
Why doesn't she learn?
Although Sigurd kills the dragon, Rayan wants to keep Fafnir's gold all for himself. Rayan also wants the strength and wisdom of the dragon, so he drinks its blood and asks Sigurd to roast Fafnir's heart for him. Sigurd does so, but when he touches the roasted heart to see if it is done, he burns his finger. Without thinking, he licks his finger and tastes the dragon's blood. In that moment, he understands the language of birds and hears them talk nearby.
The beast is there. The beast is luring her deeper into the darkness.
Sigurd's newfound power lets him hear the birds speak. And they say, Sigurd should eat the heart himself.
Let me see where the path is. I think we just go straight to the right. Straight forward leads to nothing. Gosh, I can't even see.
Sigurd heeds the bird's advice. He kills Rayan, eats Fafnir's roasted heart, and takes Fafnir's treasure. And he embarks on a new quest. To ride to Hinderfell and find Brynhild, the Valkyrie.
I can't really see where we're going. I see a torch thing, but can I jump down? Okay, so I go forward, there's nothing. Well, I guess we'll find out. Oh. Like, I legit can't even see. Oh, that's a wall? Think we died? Like, and like it wasn't intentional? Like it's not supposed to happen? Oh, no, yeah. I guess we're back over here. Do I stop to scan this? Okay. feel like that's kind of a little unfair because like the direction is don't know.
Faster, faster, keep going, keep going.
Keep going.
Stop. Get up, get up. What are you doing?
Run. What do you guys think I should go though? Like I don't think I should be going backwards because like that would, because you can't progress with. Like the only thing that's plus is like this thing's already down, but I can't jump down here. At least it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like there's anything down here. It only looks like I can go straight and then to the right, but I can't see anything past this. Okay. Okay. I want to say that is the trap. It's lit now, I think. Wait, what's lit? I hate how you have to rescan things though. I feel like that should have been like saved. But because I can light this. Are you saying that if this waterfall goes down, then that changes things? I'll try that. We'll try that. That would be kind of a dumb mechanic, but
Get up, get up. What are you doing?
the art bridge is down the wall. Hold on.
Stop.
Alright. Well, I don't... You're saying, like, are we supposed to go down a different path? Wait, hold on. It's right here. You know what I think it is? I think we have to get to the other side, though. It's getting higher and higher now. Oh, the thing on her arm? It doesn't look like it's climbed up very much. I think it's just as you progress in the game, but... Oh, actually, hold on. It's right here. Wait, did we even... Did you guys see this? It looks like it could be right here. But there needs to be, like, another shadow? Oh, wait, there's... Oh, wait, right here. Check this out. Oh, but I can't because of this. Unless I can get my torch to go in between. Nope, okay. Okay. I don't think I can get my torch to go, like, perfectly in between. But I'm pretty sure what you need to do is light that, and we can't do that right now. Unless there's another path over here. Yeah, I think that we just gotta progress through, just going through that. I'll just have to tough it out and figure out which way is the perfect way. I mean, it was very, like, not generous with the frames that you're given. Okay. But yeah, it's forward, go through this thing. Actually, hold on, I want to restart. I want to get it, like, perfect, because this game is not generous when it comes down to these, like, timing things. Okay, what the heck? Okay, there we go. That's a good run, good run, good run. Okay, so... I don't know. Well, it's a good thing we have those, like, saves, right? But, yeah, I don't think I did it, like, wrong at all. But hello, Simply, how's it going? Temple Runner, oh, I remember that game. Go through the area with a torch in it. There's an area with a torch? Hold on, okay. Like, I have to go through here. Alright, that's... Aw. Hopefully I'll still make it.
Get up! What are you doing?
The cave we went through? Okay. Go through the other way. I was unaware there was another way. So you're saying, as soon as I go right under the thing, do I not go in the cave? Now that you push that down. Okay, so I push this thing down. Wait, so I should leave this area is what you're saying. Go like all the way back? Push down the bridge. Are you saying go back to the area and try to finish the symbol? Because there's... Go back through the waterfall. Okay, I got you, mate. I'll go back through the waterfall. Okay. We cannot bring the torch through this, though. Like, I've tried to, like, space it. That cave leads back to this area. Okay, so are you saying we need to go... am I going the right now? Oh. I got what you're saying now. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I would have thought that like it was another way. Oh, this is an area we've already been to. I wish they gave some indication of like, you know, you've been here.
What's she doing? She's lighting a torch. She's making light.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Corbin.
She's got light on the other side.
You saw the light. Ah.
Stop! Stop!
Gotcha.
Stop eating the memories. Follow you. Now she can go. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
What is she doing? Stop! Stop! Okay.
Stuck. There, and now I should create the little thing. It does. Okay. Hey, we could. Oh wait, there we go. Did any of you guys see that? I thought that was kind of hard. Too boring to look inside the box. Too hard to look outside. At first, I was like, I really don't think we're supposed to backtrack like that, but nice, man.
Dillian. She can't help but think of him. A tender guiding flame in a world so black. The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
Oh, the hand's coming out of the wall, man.
Sigurd heeds the birds of ice. He kills Rain, eats Fafnir's roasted heart, and takes Fafnir's treasure. And he embarks on a new quest to ride to hinder.
Come back. Do you hear me? I hear you.
Come back to me, Senua.
I'm coming for you.
Follow my voice.
I'm coming.
Oh.
Dillian, I see you. The beast has Dillian. No. You're not taking him from me.
I warn you, Senua. I can smell your...
No.
You betrayed your god.
I am leaving with him.
You turned your back on me. That is why Dillian will rot in hell. Carve me to my shadow.
I don't know why we didn't just fight him before. If like, oh, where's his weak spot? I'm guessing the tail.
Breathing dark. He's breathing darkness.
That's kind of cool. I don't know if I'm even supposed to attack. Like, or if it's just timed where you get to attack again. For reals? Okay, we kill it because I see that achievement in the bottom right there. Yo, sweet Elise, thanks for that host, man. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm still playing.
People think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force, and so invoke the gods for protection. But evil can come from the hand behind the gods. A familiar hand, cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals, kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse. The darkness. Or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both. And so she left, headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived. But maybe Delian would still be alive.
I'm so sorry, Layla.
She will save his soul. Even if this time she can't save her own.
Forgive me, Senua. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore.
Shadow, listen.
But believe this, it was my mission to make you hate. To hate the darkness with a passion so great it would focus your mind on this quest. Or without it, I fear you left those slack. All this time, I've wanted to protect you from the truth that would have destroyed you a long time ago. But you have conquered your darkness at every turn. You deserve to see behind the veil of darkness.
Then take me to the mountain to trust him, as deep as we can go.
I won't stand in your way.
She has to trust him.
You will not survive what is in there.
I know.
Also, the arm, if you guys notice it, it's slowly crawling up. I guess that's how you can tell how far you are in the game, because it eventually gets to the brain. Also, it's apparently it's how many times you die. We'll get to that later, hopefully.
What? Hella's going.
Hella.
Mother, I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hella's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see.
I'm not here to fight my past.
There's two paths.
I'm here for Delia.
I see that. I want to say I need to go here
I will
first.
fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
There must be.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
Oh, really? Did I get pranked? Oh, wait. Actually, no. This is the right way. Because I have to line this up so I can actually complete the bridge. And then we have to go somewhere else to... I guess we have to go up there to complete the other bridge. I wish you could just, like, slide down or something. Or, like, this chain or something. But, like, unfortunately, the biggest, like, complaint that I've had, and I mentioned it, like, probably twice already, which is that, like, after you solve, like, the puzzle, you have to walk all the way back down. Like, why prolong the game? Unless, like, something else happens, like, on the way back, you gotta fight something. Oh, okay. Game answered. But even then, in this scenario, like, it's good that you actually did fight something. But a lot of times you don't.
How will she do it?
Wait. Okay, that's where we came from. That was actually locked off. I'm tired of the ASMR. Sometimes the ASMR helps you, but for the most part, I understand where you're coming from. Like, it's annoying, but the thing is that's part of the game. Like, I think there's a lot of people actually. It was one of the most top comments. Like, how do you disable the the whispers in the head on someone's video? But it's part of the game. Like, it's supposed to be annoying in a sense. Because several times she says, like, shut up! Like, she that's like part of the game again. It's intentional.
She has a warrior's soul. What more could she give? A cursed soul. Of course she is, no matter what she does. She can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before. You have to fight on. The final battle. Get his soul back. It's the final task.
Yes, it is.
So the bridge is the...
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it?
Can we even open this?
Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
Come from the east.
That's pretty easy.
Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
Look how Vibes, how's it going?
She must see. She has the sight.
Ooh. There's one more when you gotta get over there.
She's found a way. There's a way. She can see.
Oh, of course it wasn't gonna be easy.
She can do it. There's the door.
Because we have to be, I think, over there. Wait, what do we do with this, though? Something over here. Ah, another path. So we actually did need to complete the bridge to get to, like, that scenario, since it makes a path over here. I kind of like the puzzle of the little illusion thing. That was kind of cool. I feel like that mechanic could be, like, reintroduced, like, in a later time. Because it was good. Alright, well, let's go here first. Grab that secret.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash. Trolls will walk the land. Men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
So there's a path down at the bottom. We'll go top first. Because from what I remember, like, you gotta look down. We got two of them? I'm just disrespecting the game. Okay. What? He was in a hit stun. I just straight up disappears. Now we've completed the bridge, and I think we're good to go. Hell is a god place? Oh yeah, because some people were like, oh, they misspelled. Okay, to be fair, like, there were things misspelled, and there was like extra spaces, and like there was grammar errors, but I'm not going to nitpick the game for that. But I think, yeah, hell is spelled like in a different way, because also in I believe tarot cards, certain ones are also spelled HEL, but it's yeah, different. Combat could be less Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero spam. Yeah, I mean, there's light, heavy, and kick. Kick is used against the guys with the shield, but there's, other than the guys with the shield, I feel like there's very little variation in like what you need to do. These guys made Devil May Cry. Like, there's so many like great not weapons, but like enemies. Well, they had great weapons in Devil May Cry, but like they could have made it so like different enemies you have to engage different. Like maybe one of them sticks to a wall and he comes out and he crawls or something. Like they really could have just done so much more. I mean, maybe we're gonna see some really crazy enemies. So far, like the coolest boss is the illusion guy. But other than like it, the boss fight wasn't even really that much about illusions. Now that I'm like thinking back, I still think it was a cool boss, but I think they could have done a little bit more. We're gonna kick all these guys off though. So it's just faster, unless like you can't for some reason here. The Liu Kang kick. I don't know. It looks like there's an invisible wall. Okay, yeah, that should have pushed him off. Before you could push him off though. I wonder why. Yo, you can. These guys you can't though. These guys have super armor. The chain might be the way. Okay, well, he's already dead. These guys aren't that tough, though. It's just the guys with the shield. I would prefer to do that. Because you gotta kick them anyways. Just want to make sure no one's behind me. You want DMC5 over this? I don't know if Ninja 3 will make the next one, though. It seemed like a lot of people were really upset about the way Dante looked, but like the gameplay was so bad. I liked the way he looked actually. I didn't really like his coat though. It's my favorite move. But there's a few variations in the moves, but like I just generally just spam on light because it's the safest thing and there's no reward for like getting high combos or like S rank. Dillian Harper. Oh, yeah. Dillian.
Wait. What?
Ooh.
What happens to us? What happens to us? We die too. Do we die too? We die too. I don't want to.
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die. I don't want to die. Senua, stop. Turn back. Stop. Stop her. Why won't she stop to die? She wants to stop. Stop. I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me.
Oh, we still.
If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I thought they were like her own voices.
Please stop. 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 You'll never come back if you go there.
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They were afraid, like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made us monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real. Where is she going?
They made them real.
She's getting closer. No. She's going to die. She's going to die.
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
If she sacrifices herself, she sacrifices us. Wait, stop. We don't want to die. Stop. Senua, turn back. Ella, it's too dangerous.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell.
Is that Mum?
Turn away, Senua! Turn away, Senua!
Do you see it, Senua? Do you see the darkness? Faces fear and suffering. You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, Senua?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You are the darkness.
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
You're a liar.
The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You can't wish it away. And it will watch as you draw the last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me.
Yeah, no, sometimes the subtitles like are a little bit off, but seems like we're doing way more damage. Let's see if I can kick him off though. Let's test. Damn, I just want to test the kickoff. Oh, you see that fakie? The mix-ups were so real. Is this Marvel? Alright.
see through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
So you gonna like turn on me, or am I supposed to walk? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Look at you. Running forward, moving backwards to wallow your miserable past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You still believe it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion's soul if the darkness is a lie? How you saved him?
He's here. I know he's here. Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
I'm gonna fight all the bosses again? What the heck? I don't even know how I'm supposed to dodge that. Maybe I'm supposed to die here. No, I don't think so. Let's kill all the bosses again. Oh, we fight all the bosses at once? Holy! That's pretty crazy, man. For all three? It's gonna be like, psych, just 4! Damn, it's hard to like focus them on a target. I hate that ground slam. It's so hard to avoid. That's what the illusionist should have been.
Dillion! Where is he? You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go now. I'm warning you.
For what? What can you do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
Behind you.
You betrayed your own father. You betrayed the gods in search of Dillion. In search of love. Look where that's got you. Let go of your battle. Let go of redemption. Let go of Dillion. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Half these guys aren't even playing though. It's like Dynasty Wars all over again. Oh, I still got hit by that. dead in one thrust. The damage is insane, or like they have 1 HP at this. I'm beginning to think I'm supposed to just die, because this is like a lot of fighting. But I don't know. The guy in the middle? Can we even hit him though? Look, I've tried to target him before, but like here, I'll try. See, like you can't. He doesn't have a hitbox. Like I said, I'm thinking maybe I'm supposed to die.
Going to die.
Watch out.
That's a great camera angle. Oh, the final battle. Maybe we're supposed to just die. Like I mentioned, like it just seemed like there was way too much.
And I can't save Darian. Is that what you want me to believe? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a liar, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know he's here. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it.
I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release it. I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest. Nothing. No power over me.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senua. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves and clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend, go with her. This now will be your story to witness.
Well, I said DLC right there, boys.
I know it's hard to tell how mixed up you feel. Hoping what you need is behind.
I hope there's not anything I'm skipping. If I skip, okay, we can't click to skip the credits. All right, for those of you guys that saw the ending, what did you guys think? Did you guys enjoy it? I can't skip this. I don't know if there's something after the credits, but I do want to stick around after the credits. Rate the game. I don't really like doing ratings. I like to do good, maybe for some people, and then like bad. Obviously, it's not a bad game. I feel like it's for some people, but some people will really like it, but some people will really hate the game. Stupid 6 out of 10. You give a 5. Open ending. I just still can't believe that like Ninja Theory made this whole game. They had so many good characters in Devil May Cry, like the enemies and also the bosses and the weapons. This game had one weapon. I know we got an upgraded sword, but it was still the sword. This moveset was the same. You 3 out of 10. It's Ogre. Not satisfied. Hello Magic. 69 out of 420. That's still pretty bad score though. So I guess that's like a what? It's not even like a 25%. The game's not like a 1 out of 10. It's. I think a lot of people will probably rate it anywhere from like a 6 to an 8. I rate it a refund. I don't think I'd get a refund, dude. I'd play this game for like in its all entirety. I probably left it on too when I alt tabbed out. So it probably says that I haven't played this game for 9 hours. But like this music. Some of the artwork was very similar to Devil May Cry though. Well, they worked on the last one. But it makes me want to think that they had maybe the same art direction. How much is this game? It's $30. It is cheaper than a full retail game, which to me, I don't care. I'm fine with spending $60 on a game that's only 8 hours long or 4 hours long, but the game has to be damn good though. Like God of War, that's a short game, but it's good, so like, I'm fine with it. A lot of people will complain about the length, but what happened at the end? She didn't die? Does anyone understand how it was a sacrifice? Because she didn't die? Like, or maybe it's in her mind. I ain't gonna even try to pretend like, oh no, I got it, man. It's just too deep for most of you guys. No, like, what was the ending, man? She was like, oh, I die, but then like, oh, sorry, it's a prank. She came back. She's Jesus now. The plot was kind of garbo. No. She didn't save Dillian. That was the because she couldn't. Because it's all just a prank. I gotta play the DLC. Like this music, like they had such good music in Devil May Cry. I know this is not supposed to be the same game, but this is an actual song or is it made for the game? That's what I want to know. She sacrificed her attachment to Dillian. That was her sacrifice. Wait, really? Well, wasn't the darkness still existing when she lost the head in the castle? Do you guys remember that? She dropped the head and we fought that like shadow beast boss guy. The darkness was dealing. Whole game was a prank, bro. Wait, really? Did you see? I like I said, I really died. I didn't know. One of my top 20 favorite people in the world. Oh, how you doing? I thought you would say what? This is one of my top 20 games of all time. It's not like I said. I think some people will really like it. There are a lot of mechanics that are new, like the voices, but I don't know if I would consider that like a huge plus. This game contains representations of psychosis. People experience. Visit ALS challenge. Make sure you dump yourself and challenge someone. Tag a friend on Facebook. And by the way, smash that like button. This also includes violent scenes that some may find distressing. Wait, why are you telling me that in the very end of the game? I think I already played the game. Where's the MC5? Yo, that's asking the real questions here, man. All right, is there just go back to the main menu? And it deletes the game. Oh, guys get pranked because the brain thing, because she died too much, it reached her head and it re-erases your save after you finish the game. Well, there is this thing in addition to the game called the Hellblade feature. I have no idea what this is, but it says it contains spoilers, so you're supposed to watch it after. Let's check it out, boys. I don't know if it's just like the cutscenes in order, or like a trailer. Maybe it makes sense after we beat the game though, because it told us after the game. All right.
They say dreams are visions of our memories.
So who was the guy in the white baby suit thing? I don't know what to call it. That thing. Who was that?
What if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us.
She threw away her dependence on the past, including her fears that the dead will love, and the darkness disappeared.
A world shaped.
But she was still. She still had the black veins.
Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes.
Is it probably Dillian?
Because if you believe that SENUA'S
Chris Haynes. That's her future. She is afraid to face.
That yours might be too.
I don't know if this is just a trailer for it. It looks kind of like a trailer.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua.
Wait, what?
On a vision quest.
Okay, maybe it explains everything in this thing.
But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
No!
Clip is 20. Like, we've already seen this cutscene, obviously. But, see you later, Hasbrush, and have a good one. I think this is just going to explain everything.
A sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was gelt. A gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was truth, meaning fool, or liar, one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Truth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end.
The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky,
The heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere.
Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness, such as psychosis, is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media, I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming in.
Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent SENUA'S psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
A lot of people use for ASMR. It's called a 3D mic.
With severe mental illness. And crucially, we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life. For many people who don't meet...
They use it in VR porn too. That's actually how I know it is.
Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in your ear, they can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Based on the information Professor Fernyhough provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears. It gives you an incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you.
Can't see that she's going.
Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with two young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences, and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also, crucially, listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the visions or what we're seeing is too much, we become small until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told, were fascinating, harrowing and mind-boggling. The reality of what people experienced was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
This is maybe perhaps what people said with the conditions, and they're showing the example. Well, we're almost done with it, and I can't like pause and resume it like at the same frame. So we want to get everything. F the devs for the meta story. Melting of the walls. This was pretty cool though. Like, I like that section. 24. Oh well, I don't know. How many minutes have we been watching it for?
To refine our work, we continue to hold meetings with Recovery College East over the course of a year and a half, showing them what we had achieved so far and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks, visions and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They have described the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with an angry voice screaming at her, slamming on her doors and walls 24 hours a day. I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in a room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic. Go on, feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations, or not far enough?
Broken and lost, just like your soul.
Come on.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction. It's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of SENUA'S mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you. To complete SENUA'S quest, you have to internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need a sword. That's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
You say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering. Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew how
hopefully, I don't want to hit pause and have to restart it, but that was the Red Queen from Devil May Cry that she had in her hand.
As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and a superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exacerbated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question is, what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near-final game. It was a chance to see if the game had reflected their views or if it had misrepresented them.
For me, being involved in especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty.
I was blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
Hellblade will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory have asked us to come along and help them build an experience that's positive when it comes out, and get myself a copy and have a go.
I think all the way through I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the mysteries of the environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting. I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals were able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of seeing. And it is this spirit that motivated me to create SENUA'S story and share it with you.
Is that it? If you'd like to find out more about psychosis and mental health, it just doesn't make sense that that they're like, we need people with mental difficulties to help us. I think that they got a lot of things good, but they missed out on other weapons. They missed out on so much. Okay, the guy that had the illusion, right? I'm gonna rant on this game for an extra 5 minutes just before I make I gotta make a game review on it because I want to. But anyways, now this isn't it, but I feel like they could have added weapons, okay? I don't think anyone would have complained about weapons. I'm just going to see what happens if I hit start a new game. I want to see if anything's different. But more importantly, there had to have been more weapons, more combat. The combat wasn't focused in on. Are you creating a movie or are you creating a game? Those are two different things, you know what I'm saying? But the game it's still I would still argue it's a good game, but it's very niche. And it's not, okay, I can't skip this. Oh wow. I guess we can't skip the intro. Well, that kind of sucks, but
you're safe with me.
I assume their genders. No, I just
right here.
I feel like this would have been a cool movie more than it would have been. I don't really watch movies anyways, but they could have made Devil May Cry though. No one would have said that they were happy with the one weapon. And the illusion boss. Okay, let me get into that. That illusion boss. Oh gosh, the voices now make me not be able to focus. Or it's making me so I can't focus on it. But anyways, that boss with the illusion, he should have been the second to the last boss, and he shapeshifts into all of the bosses. That would have been cool. Because he was the master of illusions. That would have been sweet.
There will be no more stories after this one.
The fire guy didn't even
Why is she doing
was it really that difficult? I don't know. They legit could have made this game so amazing. They could have gave it halfway Devil May Cry combat even, or 10% of it. Well, that's because I think the Devil May Cry combat is so above all these games. It just
we hear them too, right?
You had a light attack that outweighed anything in the game. You have a block that takes longer to start up than the dash, which has invincibility frames. Because you can get hit, but it won't register the hitbox because it's an invincibility for a duration. I don't know. 8 out of 10, room for improvement. Well, here's the thing though. I don't like giving games a score, but I like to do good for some people, or it's a meh, or it's terrible. I think most people will see this game as great or terrible. It's hard to say that it's in between, but at the same time, I feel like it's a good game, but it's just not a game.
It is real after all.
That fits my playstyle, but I liked it because it was so different. I think most people give it anywhere from 6 to 8. That's a reasonable score for the game. but I like it because it's so different. I've been wanting the game to be different, but the combat is just. They could have just made the game so much better. Okay, it doesn't look like there's gonna be any difference, but hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the game. It was a cool game. I definitely think it's worth picking up if you are interested in like something super new, because we haven't had something like this in a while. I just feel like they could have done so many cool things though. Like I don't know, they should. And Ninja Theory, hit me up, dude. I'll help you make like the greatest Devil May Cry game ever. Anyways, over it. But hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. I'm hoping that they'll make a sequel, but make the combat like the 10 times. But just copy and paste Devil May Cry combat, and we're good. Like, video, share, subscribe. You know, dab on the haters. All right, let's go. But we good. That's Hellblade, boys. All right, exit to main menu, and there's really nothing else I think that we can do in the game. The Hellblade feature, I thought it was going to explain. Did it?